Hello to all my friends out there, and this video is counting the cost. Okay, you want to get ahead, you want to live a better life. I bought this stuff on sale for $1.50. This is I know I wasn't pronouncing it right last night. Pellegrino sparkling natural mineral water. Okay, so now we want to get ahead, we want to live a better life, and so we want to say, okay, is this worth it? Okay, if I want to buy some cute kitchen decor, I bought this at the thrift store. These are rather pricey. This may be a signed litho. That's what my husband would print. It could be a copy, but it's framed very, very nice. So my ex-husband used to frame the stuff like this, and I go, that's cute. I was going to sell it, but I like it myself, so I said, no, I will keep it. And I bought this squirrel. First of all, it was cheap. How much was it? Oh, it doesn't say. But this is year 2, so I'm getting my value out of this cute festive squirrel. Counting the cost. Okay, I would like to tell you guys I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I would really appreciate it if you would like the video and if you would leave a comment, even if it's only a little heart, a butterfly, you know, don't knock yourself out, but I would appreciate it. Okay, I worked in beauty shops all my life, and I couldn't understand why. I knew I was living significantly better than the people I work with. And I thought, well, you know, what is going on here? They have more money than I do. That's what I used to think. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you make more money and you pay out all of your money, you might not have more money. So what I would do, I lived in the all-time cheapest apartments you have ever met, and I did all kinds of cheap things, you know. I didn't have a phone. All I had was an apartment and gas and electric, so I was incredibly cheap. And so when I was working in these shops, I would witness things like macular degeneration, migraines, fibromyalgia, arthritis, food poisoning, muscle pain, you know, and I would go, wow, you know, we're standing here, we're working together in this toxic environment, but I seem to be healthy. They're, well, we're working harder than you. And I go, well, really, I work 3 jobs. I don't see how you're working harder than me. You might be working harder than me here, but that doesn't mean you're working harder than I am. So I wanted to get out of this working harder thing, and I had gone to college for a long, long time, and I knew the only way to really get out of working harder was to sell merchandise. Okay, so what they were doing, it just occurred to me since I was watching these videos, how to get ahead, how to become a millionaire. And these are very, very popular on YouTube. What they were doing is they were scrimping and they were saving. Me, the minute I would walk in the door, I would turn that air up on hot, because when they were scrimping and saving, we had no air in the shops and it was super miserable. Also, you know, I was very careful about toxins in my environment, and I wasn't a good housekeeper. I'm not saying I was, but I made sure that I wasn't exposing myself to bacteria by taking a bath, viral. You know, best thing on viral is don't come in contact with it. Out here we had a lot of hepatitis C. Malnutrition, overexertion past the biochemical limits, low standard of living, you know, the things that were going to do me in, okay? So I would get home, I would make my son and I some kind of dinner. It was always a cheap dinner. It was like chicken, potatoes, you know, rice, sweet potatoes, vegetables. And that is why I started these videos. And my dad made us eat that way, and he wouldn't let us eat any other way. Thank God. That's why I like these rice bowls, because you have your, now that is a good idea. You have your carb portion, and I think it's a mistake to reduce those carbs down to low, because since I've been doing that, I am full until the next day. So I have a large bowl of rice. So you have your bowl, it's full of rice, it's full of pasta, it's full of potatoes, it's full of sweet potatoes. So you can see if these things start going down, trouble will ensue quickly. And then you have a nice big portion of vegetables, and the same size portion of some kind of protein. You don't have to eat animal protein if you don't want to. So, okay, so we're counting the cost. Okay, now, there's the jobs where you are paid by an hour. That means you go to the store like Walmart and you work for an hourly wage. There's jobs where you are paid a commission, like what I did, hairdressing. And then there are jobs where you are selling things, like it doesn't matter what you're selling. Maybe you're selling real estate, so you sell your house and you get your commission, and then you have to find another job. And that goes on and on and on. And then there is the merchant class, okay? That means they're selling a certain product. So I thought, okay, when I retire, this is what I want to do. I want to find some kind of product or merchandise, and I don't want to sell my labor anymore. Okay, another thing you can sell is information, like on videos on YouTube. You will see they're selling their priceless information to you, and you know, they're actually selling information. Like one of the most popular informations is how to make $1 million. Okay, you scrimp and save, and you buy a house and you pay for it, or you buy a duplex and you live in half of it, and la la la. Okay, they're selling information and concepts. They're selling concepts like fashion design. That is a concept of the ooh la la way to look. Very successfully too, and you pretty much have to be a genius to do that. But if you're not a rich person, you want to count the cost of what you're doing. You want to scrimp and save, and you want to create a better life starting now, not scrimping and saving miserable now, and you get down and you go, well, I'm going to have a better life. Really? Well, things always start unraveling. I've been in all kinds of unraveling situations. Okay, so now let's say you want to start. So my idea was to start at the swap meet, and it's a really good idea because it's a good way, like what I'm doing today is I'm working around my house and I'm clearing out my stuff, and I will sell it at the swap meet. Another thing about, you know, the minimalist way of life, that's good, but you have nothing in your house. Say what? Let's say I need $1,000. You saw my clothes yesterday. That was $6. Let's say I need $100. Let's say I need $1,000. So, you know, if you have nothing and hard times hit, well, you're up a creek. You go, well, I have money in the bank. Well, yeah, that you want to get money in the bank anyway. Okay, so first I started at the swap meet, and that was pretty successful too, but that was back to selling and labor. Okay, then I said, okay, I have merchandise. I want to sell that on eBay, and I'm pretty lame at it, but I do know this. Say you spend $100 on your merchandise. You remove your $100 and you have another the same $100 to buy another $100 worth of merchandise. You remove the shipping, so you have shipping money, and so that is the money you're going to make. And your merchandise controlled by you, not controlled by the person you work on who's scrimping and saving. Okay, let's say you're working for a person who's a scrimper. and you start to generate a decent income. What do you think this person is going to do? They're going to cut your throat and they're going to take your hard work. It happened to me forever, 100,000 times. And then let's say you're living in a super cheap apartment and somebody's relative or friend needs a place to live. They're going to take your resource. They're going to help themselves. So that is dangerous. Okay, now let's just talk about, you start to make a little money. Okay, this Christmas, what you could do for Christmas is you could give your relatives a silver coin. They're about $20 a coin. And so one thing about a coin is it's a real piece of property. It's a silver coin, or if you have money, you could get a gold coin. Okay, and the other thing is Uber stock. Why? Well, that's taking jobs. Okay, if this solar minimum is, goes on and it's hard for people to get places and the drones can bring those products to your house, I'd say that, and the Uber stock is not horribly expensive. So that is two things I am doing. Do I expect to make tons of money off my Uber stock? No, I just want to leave it to my son when I croak. And as for the silver, my dad has been dead 20 years. My dad gave my son some, silver bars and stuff, and we still have them. If we needed the money, we can sell them. So, counting the cost. You want to be a scrimper, but you don't want to be a misery maker. Let's say you are a scrimping misery maker. That means you're evicting your tenants so that you can make more money. You are not properly feeding yourself. You know whose misery you are going to make? And believe me, I'm 62. I should know. You're going to make your own misery because you reap what you sow. Okay? So say to yourself, okay, how can I be cheap effectively without making life miserable? I'm going to tell you, if you make yourself some cheap food with a tiny bit of meat protein floating around in it, you're not going to be properly nourished. Now you can substitute some cheese, some eggs for your protein, but you want to make sure you're not protein deficient. And this is a scary thing about the solar minimum. So you want to stockpile milk. Somebody said they can't find the egg replacers. I think they have them at Sprouts. They probably have them at those places like Hold Foods. Those aren't really eggs sometimes. Egg powder is rather expensive. Brewer's yeast is good. So I'm going to be exploring some of this stuff and buying your food at a good price, good quality food, marked down food. If you don't have much money, just keep your eye out on the marked down meat. I saw packages of meat for like $1.46 yesterday. I don't have room, but I'm going to be packing my freezer. Okay, so now, anything I said is not meant to, offend you. If you're easily offended, then, I'm sorry, but you want to count the cost. You want to take care of your body first, and then start scrimping every single way you possibly can. That's what I have done. It's been very effective. Okay. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. And I don't want any of my followers suffering lack. Buy yourself big bags of rice, and then you can make a nice big bowl, and for your kids too. You don't want your kids hungry. One of my friends was super smart, and she said when your kids are hungry, that's when they fall into all kinds of mischief: drugs, alcohol, sex, stealing, crime. So that's counting the cost as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have some suggestions of how to scrimp without destroying your life, my followers and I would like to see them. So, God bless you all.